Imagine a life where you no longer make excuses for your failures, where comfort doesn't hold you back from reaching your full potential, and where fear no longer has a grip on you. Picture waking up every day with a sense of purpose, clarity, and the inner strength to take on whatever challenges come your way. This isn't some distant dream, it's a reality waiting for you, and it all begins by adopting 10 transformative habits inspired by the wisdom of Buddhism. As Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Today, we're going to break free from the limitations that have kept you stuck and show you how to unlock a life of real growth, power, and peace. Are you ready to stop hiding from your true potential and start living the life you were meant for? Let's dive in and make it happen. 1. Stop being so comfortable with your current life. Buddhism teaches that growth and transformation happen when we step outside of our comfort zones. Staying in a place of comfort may feel safe, but it also means you're not challenging yourself to improve or reach your full potential. Comfort can create a false sense of security where you settle for what's easy and familiar, which often leads to stagnation. To truly grow, you need to face new challenges, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. This could mean trying something you've never done before, learning a new skill, or confronting uncomfortable truths about yourself. When you embrace discomfort, you push yourself to overcome fears, expand your capabilities, and discover strengths you didn't know you had. Remember, personal growth is all about moving beyond what's comfortable and allowing yourself to explore new experiences. It's through discomfort that you learn, evolve, and become a stronger version of yourself. 2. Stop making excuses for your failures. Buddhism encourages us to practice self-reflection and take full accountability for our actions. It's easy to make excuses when things don't go as planned, but doing so only keeps you stuck and prevents growth. Instead of blaming others or circumstances, it's important to take responsibility for your failures and recognize that they are an inevitable part of life. No one is perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. That's how we learn. In Buddhism, failures are seen as valuable teachers, offering lessons that can help you become wiser and stronger. By accepting your mistakes without shame or guilt, you create an opportunity to learn from them and make better choices moving forward. It's not about beating yourself up, but about acknowledging where you can improve and using those experiences to grow. When you stop making excuses and take full responsibility, you start to empower yourself to take control of your future rather than letting past mistakes define you. Embrace your failures as part of your journey and use them as stepping stones towards success. 3. Cut out people who don't challenge you. Buddhism teaches us that the people we surround ourselves with have a powerful influence on our lives. Our environment shapes who we are and can either help us grow or hold us back. If you are surrounded by people who don't inspire you, challenge you, or push you to be your best self, it can be difficult to make progress. Some people may drain your energy with negativity or keep you stuck in old habits. While it's important to be compassionate and kind to everyone, it's also crucial to recognize when certain relationships are holding you back from your true potential. In order to grow and evolve, you need to be around people who encourage you to take risks, support your dreams, and challenge your thinking. These are the people who will help you stay focused on your personal growth and help you align with your higher purpose. It's okay to outgrow relationships that no longer serve your well-being or personal development. Let go of those who hinder your growth and instead seek out individuals who will elevate you. By surrounding yourself with those who inspire and challenge you, you create a positive and motivating environment that supports your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. 4. Stop seeking constant validation. In Buddhism, we learn that external validation, or seeking approval from others, is temporary and unreliable. No matter how many compliments or praises we receive, they often don't last, and they can leave us feeling empty when they fade. Constantly looking for validation from others can also make us feel insecure and dependent on outside opinions to feel good about ourselves. However, true happiness and self-worth come from within. Instead of seeking approval from others, cultivate self-validation. This means learning to trust in your own abilities, decisions, and inner wisdom. When you learn to believe in yourself and recognize your own value, you'll no longer rely on others to define your worth. Self-validation gives you a deeper sense of fulfillment because it's rooted in who you truly are, not in what others think of you. When you stop seeking validation from the outside, you begin to live more authentically and with confidence. You'll discover that lasting happiness doesn't come from external praise, but from trusting yourself and your own journey. 5. Stop avoiding pain and discomfort. Pain and discomfort are natural parts of the human experience, and Buddhism teaches us that avoiding them only makes them worse in the long run. It's easy to want to run away from difficult emotions, situations, or challenges because they feel uncomfortable. But when we try to escape pain, we often end up prolonging it. Avoidance can create more suffering because it keeps us from fully experiencing and processing what we're going through. Instead of avoiding pain, learn to face it with mindfulness and acceptance. This means acknowledging your feelings without judgment or resistance. When you experience pain, whether emotional or physical, try to stay present with it instead of pushing it away. When you allow yourself to feel discomfort fully, you open the door to healing. By accepting pain as part of life, you can move through it more quickly and grow stronger. Discomfort, when faced with mindfulness, doesn't have to be a barrier. It can be a path to deeper wisdom and personal growth. Each time you face pain, instead of avoiding it, you build resilience, learning more about yourself and your ability to overcome challenges. 6. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. The idea of perfection is often an illusion. Many of us wait for the perfect moment when everything will align perfectly before we take action, but that moment never truly comes. Buddhism teaches us that the present moment is the only time that matters. Waiting for external circumstances to be ideal is a form of procrastination that can hold us back from making progress in our lives. Whether you have a personal goal you want to achieve or a new project you're excited about, the truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. Life is always changing, and there will always be challenges or uncertainties along the way. Instead of waiting for everything to be just right, take action now. Starting doesn't mean everything will be flawless, it just means you're moving forward. The key is to start where you are, with what you have, and make adjustments as you go. When you take that first step, you'll learn along the way and refine your approach as you gain more experience. By beginning now, you create momentum and build confidence, which will carry you towards success. Remember, the perfect moment doesn't exist. The best time to act is always right now. 7. Be honest with yourself about your limitations. Buddhism teaches the importance of self-awareness and honesty, and this includes being honest with yourself about your limitations. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we must be perfect, always strong, and capable of doing everything. However, accepting that you have limitations is not a weakness, it's a form of empowerment. When we deny our limitations or try to pretend they don't exist, we create unnecessary stress and set ourselves up for failure. Buddhism encourages us to look inward and honestly assess where we are right now, recognizing both our strengths and our areas for improvement. Being honest with yourself allows you to take responsibility for your growth and know when to ask for help or seek guidance. It's okay not to be good at everything or to have weaknesses. Acknowledging them is the first step towards self-improvement. For example, if you know that time management is a challenge for you, you can create strategies to address it, such as setting clearer goals or using tools to stay organized. When you embrace your limitations, you no longer have to pretend to be perfect, and you give yourself the freedom to grow at your own pace. Moreover, honesty with yourself helps you make more realistic goals and avoid setting yourself up for failure by overextending your abilities. You can then focus on what really matters and work on improving your weaknesses in a healthy and sustainable way. This kind of self-awareness allows you to create balance in your life, acknowledging what you can do, accepting what you cannot, and finding ways to enhance your capabilities. Instead of beating yourself up over limitations, embrace them with a mindset of growth and acceptance. When you let go of unrealistic expectations and be honest about where you stand, you open yourself up to greater personal development and peace. The goal is not to be perfect, but to recognize and embrace the whole of who you are, including your imperfections, while working steadily toward becoming a better version of yourself. By doing so, you allow space for growth, transformation, and the ability to live more authentically. 8. Stop giving energy to things that don't matter. In life, we are constantly faced with distractions, demands, and things that may seem important in the moment, but are ultimately unimportant in the bigger picture. Buddhism teaches us the importance of focusing our energy on what truly matters, rather than wasting it on things that don't contribute to our growth or well-being. The world around us is full of noise, social media, unnecessary drama, people's opinions, or material pursuits that offer only temporary satisfaction. If we give our energy to these things, we end up feeling drained and disconnected from our true purpose. When you constantly give your time and attention to things that don't align with your core values, it becomes increasingly difficult to find peace and fulfillment. Buddhism encourages us to practice mindful living, which means being conscious of where we invest our energy. Instead of getting caught up in trivial matters or external distractions, focus on the things that bring you closer to your goals and align with your true self. This can be anything from nurturing meaningful relationships, dedicating time to personal growth, or pursuing a passion that fills your heart with purpose. Start by identifying what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, what brings me joy and fulfillment? What aligns with my values and my goals? This clarity will help you let go of the unnecessary clutter that drains your energy. For example, instead of obsessing over things outside of your control, like someone else's opinion or a news story that doesn't impact you personally, channel your energy into what you can influence, such as your mental and physical health, your relationships, or your personal development. Letting go of things that don't matter also involves setting boundaries and learning to say no. Buddhism teaches us that we don't need to say yes to every request or invitation that comes our way. It's important to protect your time and energy, ensuring that you invest them in things that will have a lasting, positive impact on your life. This might mean distancing yourself from toxic environments or people who constantly drain your energy, or it could mean stepping back from mindless distractions like scrolling through social media for hours that only leave you feeling empty. Another important aspect of this principle is learning how to focus on what's within your control. It's easy to get caught up in trying to manage things that are beyond your reach, such as other people's actions or the outcomes of certain situations. However, the more you focus on things outside of your control, the more stress and frustration you invite into your life. Buddhism reminds us to focus our energy on the present moment and the things that we can change: our mindset, our actions, and our responses to the world around us. Ultimately, when you stop giving energy to things that don't matter, you create more space for peace, clarity, and purpose. You'll find yourself more aligned with your true values and better equipped to handle the challenges that come your way. By focusing on what truly nourishes your spirit, you create a life that's grounded in meaning and fulfillment. You become more mindful of where you invest your time, energy, and resources, and as a result, you start to experience life with greater intention, joy, and balance. 9. Stop hiding from your fear. Fear is a natural and inevitable part of life. Buddhism teaches us that rather than running from fear, we should face it with acceptance and courage. Fear often holds us back from reaching our full potential, whether it's the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. Many people choose to hide from their fears, avoiding situations or decisions that make them uncomfortable. However, this avoidance only gives fear more power over time. It grows larger in our minds the more we resist it, and it limits us from living fully. When we avoid fear, we allow it to control us. In Buddhism, there's a concept called mindful awareness, which encourages us to acknowledge our fears without judgment. This means observing our fear as it arises, understanding where it comes from, and recognizing that it is simply an emotional response, not something that defines us. Fear is often based on illusions or past experiences that are no longer relevant in the present moment. By facing fear head-on and not running from it, we can see it for what it truly is, just another emotion that passes through us. Instead of hiding from your fear, embrace it as a signal for growth. Each time you confront your fear, you challenge the limits you've placed on yourself. For example, if you fear speaking in public, facing that fear may push you to improve your communication skills and build confidence. If you're afraid of failing, acknowledging that fear allows you to learn from mistakes and view failure as a necessary part of the journey to success. By leaning into the discomfort that fear brings, you transform it into a source of strength and wisdom. Buddhism teaches us to practice compassion towards ourselves during fearful moments. Rather than criticizing yourself for being afraid, show yourself kindness and patience. Fear is a natural part of the human experience, and everyone feels it at some point. What matters is how you respond to it. Courage doesn't mean having no fear, but being willing to move ahead in spite of it. To start dealing with your fears, take small steps. For example, if being in social situations makes you nervous, try joining smaller, more comfortable gatherings first. Bit by bit, as you face your fears in small, manageable ways, they start to lose their grip on you. With time, you'll notice your strength to handle fear increases, and you begin facing life with more courage and a sense of ease. When you stop running from fear, you stop letting it take charge of your life. Facing your fears gives you the chance to grow stronger, stretch your comfort zone, and live more truly. Fear doesn't need to hold you back anymore. Instead, it becomes a tool for growth, a sign that you're stepping out, learning, and growing into who you're truly meant to be. 10. Let go of the past and keep moving forward. Buddhism reminds us that being attached to the past is one of the biggest causes of suffering. We often hold on to old memories, regrets, or unresolved feelings, thinking they shape who we are. Whether it's past mistakes, painful moments, or missed chances, holding tightly to the past can stop us from truly living in the present and making progress in life. The truth is, the past isn't real anymore. It's just a mix of memories and stories we keep repeating to ourselves. It can't be changed, and it doesn't have to decide our future. Letting go of the past doesn't mean ignoring it or acting like it didn't happen. Let me know when you're ready with the next part. It means letting go of the emotional weight and the limiting thoughts that come with it. When we hold on to anger, guilt, or regret from past events, we carry that burden with us, and it affects how we live today. This attachment to the past often traps us in cycles of negative thinking and blocks us from noticing the chances we have in the present moment. Forgiveness plays a key role in letting go. Buddhism teaches that forgiveness isn't about saying others were right, but about releasing the grip the past has on us. When you forgive, you set yourself free from the emotional chains tied to past pain. It's a way of freeing yourself that helps you heal and move ahead. This kind of forgiveness isn't just for others, it's for yourself too. Many times, we are our own toughest critics, holding on to guilt over things we can no longer change. By releasing self-blame and accepting your past mistakes, you open up space for growth and kindness toward yourself. Letting go of the past also means not letting past events shape your future. The mistakes you've made, the losses you've faced, and the pain you've gone through don't have to define who you are now or who you're becoming. Buddhism teaches us that each moment is a chance to begin again. The present moment is where you hold the power to make changes and create inner peace. When you focus on the now instead of staying stuck in past memories, you can start building the life you truly want. Letting go can feel freeing. Imagine no longer carrying the weight of regrets or grudges. Imagine waking up each morning with a feeling of lightness. Freedom to chase your dreams, enjoy your connections, and live fully without being held back by old pain. This doesn't mean forgetting the past, but rather choosing to live in the now and build a future based on what truly matters to you. In simple terms, letting go of the past means practicing mindfulness and staying aware of your thoughts and feelings. When memories of the past come up, notice them without judging, then gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Take part in activities that help you stay grounded in the now, whether it's meditating, writing in a journal, or simply being out in nature. With time, you'll notice that your hold on the past starts to fade, and your ability to live in the present becomes stronger. Letting go isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time and regular practice. But every small step you take toward releasing the past brings you closer to the peace and freedom that come from living in tune with your true self. By letting go, you make room for new experiences, personal growth, and the happiness that comes from being fully present. Adding these 10 powerful habits to your life can lead to real transformation. By pushing yourself, accepting discomfort, and releasing attachments, you align with the timeless wisdom of Buddhism and open the path to a calmer, more meaningful life. Keep in mind, change doesn't have to feel too big or heavy. Begin with just one habit and slowly add the others into your daily life. If this video connected with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you won't miss any of our future content filled with wisdom. Until we meet again, may each step you take lead you along the path of peace and mindfulness.